Okay, collective, we're doing a night reading today. Not sure why I was drawn to do a night reading right now, but there is something that has been on my mind all day. And it's a feeling of not anxiety, but anticipation or anticipatory energy. It may have made you feel a little bit, honestly, a little bit weird today. Maybe you're having a hard time sleeping. Maybe you find yourself waking up several times during the night. And no matter how well you, how early you get to bed, you still wake up drained. Now, I will say this. I'm not a doctor. If you're suffering from any sort of like sleep disturbances or insomnia, it's always safe and best to check with your physician. But I will also say this. When we are accessing our, astral projection, when we are accessing our spiritual self, when we are being communicated to or we are communicating through spirituality, it can happen in dreams. And so you're doing all this work and then you wake up tired. And this feels like in connection with some sort of energy, be it a job, family, lover. So as a whole, collective, we have an energy that feels really strange lately. It's an anticipatory energy. You've been feeling it on the horizon. You're not sure what is going on or what's going to happen, but you feel it like happening or coming forward. And it may even give you a little bit of sleep disturbances. Maybe you're having a hard time falling asleep or staying asleep. Maybe you're having hyper realistic dreams about the same subject or the same person. So this is what we're going to delve into. So, what is the collective experiencing currently? Oh, and I just realized why you might be feeling some type of way. Tomorrow is October 10th, so that's the 1010 portal. 1010 as an angel number, and they're called angel numbers not because my name is Angel, but because they're called angel numbers or spiritual numbers. It's about spiritual enlightenment, your higher self, I believe. So if you're into angel numbers, this 1010 portal that's happening tomorrow, Friday, October 10th, may be something you want to look into, and maybe it'll play a part in this reading. So, small divergence there, but for a reason. I didn't say it for any reason. I said it for a particular reason. You would know what it is. It would be some sort of confirmation for you. So let's continue forward. What kind of energy is the collective going through right now? Well, that is a lot, but we will take it. That is a lot. But again, like I said, we will take it. All right. So, okay. I'm being told, let's put those three over here. This is a kind of an overarching energy. I'm going to get one more. Okay. Got another one that came out like this. So, all of a mystery. Okay, so the overarching energy for the collective right now is the Judgment card. This is about feeling the call. And something about this past full moon that we had on Monday the 6th, the energy was very strong. You could still be feeling it now, but it has to do with the collective feeling called to action. Maybe having a sudden realization of where passion lies, or purpose in life, or goals that you want to achieve. Your higher self, your God, the energies that you work with, the universe, the cosmos, whatever it may be, is calling you to action, is calling you to move in alignment. And Judgment card isn't just about being called to your path or called to your destiny. It's also about to me, in my own personal practice, it's about self-mastery. It's asking you to understand not just the path that you're meant to walk, but the power that you hold within. So let's go ahead and go through these other cards. So these would be supporting cards for this overall energy. So we have the Knight of Wands. So yes, like I said, this card, the Judgment card, is a call to action, and the Knight of Wands is action. This is fiery action. Hold on, let me show you up close. This is fiery action, this Knight of Wands. Sometimes people can consider Knight of Wands impulsive, kind of leaping before you look kind of energy, but it depends on the cards that are around it. For me, in this moment right now, we go from Judgment card. This is call to action, call to purpose, call to find self-mastery, and then it's followed up by the Knight of Wands. This is not just recognizing, oh, I should probably do this, move here, take this job, be in this relationship. This is you recognizing, this is what I'm meant to do. And I have to strike while the iron is hot. The opportunity is right in front of me, and I have to charge forward like a bull. You may have Taurus in your chart, whether it's sun, moon, rising, or a stellium. But I said that for a reason. So we have action. What else do we have that's helped clarifying this Judgment card? We have the Lovers. You are being called to action, called to your destined path, called to a sense of fulfillment. And we're backed up by the Knight of Wands. This is passionate. This is quick action, recognizing the opportunity, taking the opportunity, full force, full steam ahead, like a bull, like certain, confident, purpose-driven, passion, passion, passion. And then we come upon the Lovers. Now, for those of you who aren't looking for a love reading, well, this may not be your reading, because right now, what this is telling me about is not just any love. This is telling me about a great love. One of the deepest loves that maybe any human could experience. And I just heard it's a blessing to be able to experience this level, this intensity of love, because not everybody feels this. Not everybody gets a chance to feel it at this level. But collective, I feel strongly that you do. Whatever this call is that you have is calling you to action in regards to this lover energy. Perhaps this is someone that you are currently dating, and maybe you are a little nervous about taking it to the next level. Maybe this is about a long lost love, the one that got away, and there is a distinct calling from your higher self, your guides, your God, the cosmos, the universe, that says, hey, this person was meant to be in your life, not just to love, but for you to learn, to grow, to challenge each other, to be a better version of each other for each other and for yourselves. You, again, I don't know if I said it at the beginning, but a high strangeness, if you have like this energy that's very strange lately after the full moon, I heard in my head high strangeness. I don't know if I said it out loud. It just blipped into my head. So you may be noticing strange energy, but also if you are the type of person that is highly intuitive, highly sensitive, an empath, maybe you're a medium or have some sort of telepathic ability. Maybe you're when you trust your instinct or you trust your gut, you're almost never wrong. Something has been knocking at your door. Someone has been, I just heard, incentivizing you or encouraging you to connect with this energy. So, if you haven't already, I feel like you may be checking their socials. Maybe they have, a Blue Sky or an Instagram. Maybe you took a peek at their Facebook to see, are they single? Are they happy? What are they up to these days? Let's see what the next card is before I get ahead of myself. Then we have the 10 of coins. This is about stability, building something not that's just firm and solid, but this is long lasting for the long haul. Collective, you are being called to look deep within yourself, to recognize who it was that you were connected to, that you felt this intrinsic pull, this feeling of meant to be, this great love. For those that it resonates, you may feel comfortable using the term divine counterparts, divine soulmates, soul tie, twin flames, soulmate, divine soulmate. Only you can say who this person is. But what I see right here is the universe is saying there is an opportunity headed your way. The universe is saying, take stock of everything around you. Recognize what your calling is. That's not just this person in this connection, but in all walks of life. What life do you want to live? Who do you want to be? What does that look like? Where do you live? Who do you love? How do you regard yourself? All of these things. And one of them is taking passionate action towards a connection, towards a love, towards something that, again, like I said, might feel meant to be. And through this pursuit, you would be laying down the foundation of something long-lasting, stable, grounded, secure. For lack of a better term, I want to say happily ever after. The 6 of coins. This is equal give and take. Also, this big moon speaks of like divine energy, intuition, love, divine feminine energy. So we have, you're being called to your most aligned path, one in which you recognize who you are, who you were always meant to be, self-love, self-healing, self-mastery, the right connections, the right life. What does your happily ever after look like? Where do you live? Where do you work? Who do you love? How do you regard yourself? And the call to action is asking you to take that fiery, passionate action. And I do feel like you all have been feeling some sort of pull. Again, high strangeness. Maybe you're seeing a lot of repeating numbers. Maybe you're hearing their name everywhere. Maybe you're having hyper-realistic dreams. Maybe song lyrics are sticking out at you or jumping out at you. Maybe there are symbols that mean something that are on repeat, whether it be seeing, like for me, my connections are rabbits and moons. It's just why my channel is named Rabbit and Moon. You know, if it were me, I would be seeing things regarding the moon all the time or rabbits all the time. And it's about stability, building a home that's like for the long haul. Like I'm getting all the warm fuzzies right now. This is a love that's built to last, that has equal give and take. This is the energy that's surrounding you, collective. This is the energy that's surrounding you currently, right now, October 9th. This is going into the 1010 portal, which is about spiritual enlightenment. Again, if any of that means anything to you, look up the 1010 spiritual number or the angel number and see how it speaks to you. Because right now, this is what's around you. There is an opportunity to take this path, should you want to walk it. So now, let's see the path that the collective is thinking about taking. This is what you, collective, or someone who might be connected to you closely, actions that they may be thinking about taking. We're going to do over here now. We're going to start from this side, going this way. What is the overall energy? So we have Two of Cups in reverse. So the overall energy for Two of Cups in reverse is the action that the collective wants to take with the Two of Cups in reverse. It says here, needed self-reflection. So you, collective, would be thinking that some of the things that are important to you, some of the things that you want to kind of apply yourself for, is really digging deep internally to heal yourself, to understand those hard questions of, why am I like this? For lack of a better term. That's called doing shadow work. That is deep introspection. Let's see what else we have. What else is the collective considering as an action to take? Wow, that is a lot. Maybe not so many. There we go. What is an action, or what are the actions that the collective is wanting to take? The Sun, unbridled joy. So it's looking like, to me, even if you didn't know this energy was around you, it looks like the collective is doing some deep inner work of asking the questions, why am I like this? The places in which you excel, you're starting to recognize and celebrate. And the places that you need work, you're starting to apply yourself and to say, okay, well, I'm not a terrible person just because I have, some inner work to do, that I have some trauma and wounds from the past. It doesn't make me bad. It just makes me human. And it does mean that there's some healing to be done. But what I want more than anything in the world, is to experience this love. And I do think it's love. If you're not looking for a love reading, this may not be your reading or your channel, because I do love readings quite often. So, don't make it fit. Don't do the mental gymnastics. But whoever this is for, you have already been on that journey of deep inner healing. Asking yourself the hard questions. Taking responsibility for the things that you need to take responsibility for. Being kind to yourself and gentle with yourself, and recognizing that you're not bad for having, some shortcomings and some things you need to work on. It just makes you human. And what you want more than anything is your happiness, whatever that means. Now, when I say your happiness, whatever that means, and we have this energy around you, I kind of feel like that part of that happiness, a big chunk of that happiness, has to do with someone dear, near and dear in your heart. This would be for you if you, as soon as I said that, automatically something comes to your mind. And I'm not talking about someone you dated for like 2 weeks and it was, a fling. I'm talking about someone who, since you've met them, has changed your life in ways that maybe you can't even measure. In how you view the world, in how you view life, and how you view yourself. Perhaps hearing how they express themselves and how they saw the world, seeing the world through their eyes, has forever changed you. You may or may not be in contact with this person right now. That I can't tell. But what I do know is that when I talk about this energy, the collective that this is for knows what I'm talking about. You wouldn't have to search deep in your heart for very long. You would know exactly who it is. And what you're doing here is doing the work. Let me put this down. Doing the work, the deep work, the introspection, in order to move towards your happiness. And that inner happiness has a lot to do with just loving yourself. Really, to be honest, but it also has to do with a special someone. What other actions is the collective thinking about taking? Page of Cups, wanting to give an offer of love. But not only just wanting to give an offer of love, but finally, finally being comfortable. Hold on, let me make this a little bit more straight, or at least make it appear straight. So that Page of Cups is about not only offering a new chance at love, but being comfortable with your emotions. Collective, for some of you, I feel like it might be hard for you to communicate exactly how you're feeling, even if it's at the tip of your tongue and you're brimming over with emotion. Sometimes it's hard for you to verbalize or to express just how moved you are in your heart and in your emotions by the experience of this person. And this deep work that you're doing is maybe asking yourself, why is it so hard for me to admit or to express to this person how much they mean to me? You want joy. You want happiness. You want love, not just with them, but with yourself. This Page of Cups tells me that you are taking the steps, the necessary steps, to become comfortable with your emotions, with self-love, but also wanting to extend that love to your person. What other actions the collective may be taking? The Queen of Wands. The card is Confident Ambition. It's another wand card. It's not just any wand card. The Queen of Wands, in the way that I read, I see this as there's the Magician card in the major arcana, right? These big overarching themes. But the minor arcana is about us as people, our everyday lives. And the Queen of Wands is someone who I consider to be the magician, the mage, the witch, the manifester of the minor arcana. This is someone who's finally starting to believe that the reality they want to experience in their life is something that they can weave into experience based on how they think, the decisions that they make, and how they move forward in life. Again, here we're seeing that the collective is considering and may already be in the process of introspection and deep self-reflection, shadow work, because what they want is happiness. Simply to be happy, self-love, healing the inner child, as well as experiencing love with someone I'm hearing this great love. It's meant to be. The Page of Cups says you want to offer that love, that you are starting to become more comfortable with your emotion. And the Queen of Wands is the realization that you have the power to create and write your own story. How this story plays out and how you walk your path is up to you. Now, of course, you coming forward and talking to your person about love and union and creating a life together does take two people, but you won't have that opportunity unless you start being comfortable with your own feelings, learning how to love yourself, and understanding if what you want is deep in your heart and what you want is happiness and what you want is this person, then walk towards it. Start walking towards it. This Queen of Wands is confident. She's ambitious. She knows that she can create and weave the tapestry of her life the way she wants it to be. It's about perspective. It's about manifestation. It's about believing in yourself. What are the actions? Maybe two more cards, yeah. 2 more cards. Oop, well, that just fell on the floor. Hold on just a second. Oh my God. So we got the Ace of Cups, emotional readiness. We went from the Page of Cups, which is being comfortable with your emotions and wanting to finally start offering love and vulnerability and connection with this person this great love. The Ace of Cups is this grand moment. After you are in this Queen of Wands energy where you believe, you finally understand that if you want your life to be better, you can change it. And once you start making changes around your life, maybe you leave your job and go to a different job. Maybe you decide to end a relationship that was disempowering. Maybe you move from apartment to a different apartment. Maybe you move states or countries or whatever it is. You're starting to make moves. You're starting to walk in a path that's aligned to your greatest and highest good. You're starting to, honestly, it feels like you are starting to finally recognize what is in alignment with your heart and your soul in the most genuine way. And it provides this Ace of Cup moment. This grand, maybe romantic gesture, maybe really stepping forward in a confident and genuine way to say to whoever this is up here, I really want to see where this can go. I really want to build something with you because I am forever changed by being in your energy. You've gifted me something special just by experiencing you. And I will wager that they feel the same about you. That you have forever changed their life simply by being in your energy and experiencing you. But I feel like the story is not over. This is why this Ace of Cups is here. This is why the Queen of Wands. This is someone who knows that they can create their reality, create their life. If they don't like how their life is going, they can change it. You can change it. One more card. What's another action? What's the action that the collective wants to take? Well, I've got two. So we've got the Nine of Wands and, sorry, I was reading the description. The Nine of Wands and the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Wands, the Nine of Wands is about withstanding adversity, is what it says here. It is being resilient. It is being like, I recognize this journey isn't always going to be smooth sailing, but I have tenacity. I have resilience because I believe in this. The Knight of Swords, it says unstoppable force. Once you set your mind to something, this Knight of Swords is bringing in the truth. The truest truth that ever truth. And if that truth is you want to be with this person, you want to create this life, you want to mend this bridge, you want reconciliation, reconnection, reunion. The road to those things may not always be easy, but it's not impossible. Especially when we have the Queen of Wands who knows if she wants to change her reality, if she wants to change her life, she has the power to. The Ace of Cups. Emotional readiness, a grand love opportunity. Collective, I'm just going to be real. This feels so beautiful. And that strangeness that you were feeling, maybe you were wondering, is now the time? Is now the time? Perhaps you've been having synchronicities. I don't know if I mentioned it at the beginning because sometimes it's stream of consciousness and it just comes out in the way that I'm hearing it in my head. So I don't know if I've already said it, but if I have, it bears repeating. If you've been seeing repeating numbers, if you've been seeing their name, if you've been seeing things that remind them of you, if there are song lyrics that are starting to really stand out to you, if you are finding that you're having hyper-realistic dreams, you feel their presence around you, their energy pops up in your mind or in your heart at random parts of the day when you're not even doing anything that has anything to do with them. You could be, I don't know, renovating a garage or doing the grocery shopping or doing laundry or mowing the lawn, and all of a sudden their energy pops into your mind and your heart. It's because they are thinking of you too. I'm going to get some love oracles. Okay, hold on. Let me just get some love oracles real quick. Okay. Can I get... I'm also going to get some love messages. I think I want to get love messages too. Oops, there we go. Oh my God, I love this. Together, find joy in the simple pleasures of just being together. Okay, so we'll put in that. And of course, I put it right over the sun and right underneath the 10 of coins, which is stability, long lasting for the long haul. So what I've just done is together, these two cards together, finding happiness and joy in building something for the long haul together. I did that inadvertently. I don't know if that speaks to you in any way, but it sure as hell does for me. So we have another, there we go. Hold on. It's like, there goes another one, but it just flipped back into the pile. So let it come out into the table. One more oracle. Or maybe two more. We'll do two more. Okay, so then we have anticipation. Embrace the sweet anticipation of love's arrival in your life. It's coming. Remember I said there's something on the horizon? Again, I don't know if I actually said it at the beginning because, again, stream of consciousness, the way that I read, it just comes out as it does. But you're having this anticipatory energy. You're expecting something to happen. You can feel it on the horizon. It's because this lover's... I put anticipation under the lovers. You're expecting, you're hoping, you're waiting, you're anticipating this great reunion with this love energy. Underneath it, we have Page of Cups, because you have been working. You're being more comfortable in your emotions. You want to start offering love, and you recognize that if something isn't working for you now, and you want to move towards that you have the power to create your own reality. One more. Oh, there we go. Proposal. An offer or proposal in the near future that comes as a surprise. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Collective. My heart has turned into a butterfly. It's just fluttering in my heart space. It feels so beautiful. I'm really excited for you. For those that this resonates, I'm starting to get like a frog in my throat. My throat is getting tight, like my throat chakra and my heart chakra are starting to like tense up, but not in like a bad way, but in a anticipatory way. That like love and happiness and joy and contentedness are so close. You can almost feel it. Maybe you feel it like as tingles or like sensations through your hand, or goes throughout your body. Sometimes when you wake up in the middle of the night and you're dreaming of your person, it's like they're almost there. It's likely because their energy was with you while you were dreaming. You know, I think I'm going to leave it there. I don't want to fuss around too much. This reading was already beautiful, and for those of you that this resonates, I hope that I was able to confirm what you're going through and how you're feeling, and I hope that it also was validating for you. This is Rabbit and Moon Tarot. My name is Angel, and I will see you at the next reading.